Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a nice Sunday morning full of rain, and it's awesome, and we need it. And thank you for being here. How you doing today? Everybody good? All right, awesome. I am trying to learn to not use my program, so you'll see me referring back up here. But do we have any new visitors with us today? Got one over there. Great. So, and we've got a welcome packet for you. Already gave it to you, so you got it. Well, welcome. So nice to have you with us today. What's next, Joshua? And our acknowledgments. Do we have the picture of the hike yesterday? No. Well, we wanted to put a picture of. We had an amazing hike yesterday. It was really a lot of fun. We went to the Swinging Bridge, and Brent guided it. We're doing a hike like the first Saturday of every month, and really, it was spectacular. We got to swim and hang out, and did some bow drilling to learn how to make fire, and just all. It was really just a great day. Next, Josh, please. And now we will light the Christ candle. Of course, the white candle represents that Christ consciousness within us, and we light that to start our services every Sunday. And we have moved to the color of blue, and this is a little bit hard for me to read down here. So, June is imagination, one of the 12 powers. It's the ability to image, picture, conceptualize, envision, dream, and everything good and unfolding in every area of my life. Bartholomew is the disciple. Between the eyes, the color is light blue. All right. Now, have you all been getting these little announcements that we've been doing? We are kind of moving to this place where we got so much going on. I hope this is easier for people to read, to take home, stick on their refrigerators, know what's going on throughout the week, because we do have a lot going on now throughout the week, every week. And a couple of things that I do want to just mention is that we do have the prayer chaplain training. I know we're almost full at Chi House as far as the people that want to attend that. But if you do want to attend, you can still come to that prayer chaplain training. I just may have to sleep on a couch because the rooms are filling up fast. So this will be a really nice opportunity for people to come out and experience that together. And I think it's really going to be a nice Friday and Saturday. So if you've ever been interested in learning how to pray with people as far as intention, love, light, and being there to support others, it's really a great opportunity. And I'm just really excited because, right now we don't have any prayer chaplains here, and we're going to have like 5 or 10 or something, which is going to be great. The other thing I want to mention is the Regional Youth Conference that's taking place in July. We got a little way off, but I like to just keep mentioning that. And then today, we are starting our monthly member gathering. So we're going to have like it's not really a town hall meeting, but maybe that will help everybody in the rooms understand what the first Sunday of the month is going to be. It's right after service at 12 o'clock. And then we're going to get together and learn how to do basically the holacracy, the way that we are deciding to govern so that everybody has a voice in their thoughts and what they see they want to bring to community. So it's really cool. This will be our first time doing it with the congregation. And then every other Sunday, those will be more circles for let's say we want to start working on the meditation gardens so that we can do services outside or the community gardens or any other things, maybe an animal service once a month or something like that. So this is going to be a place where people can really put their energies into what we're doing here in community. How are you? Okay, I think today, Sustainable Living Group at 2 o'clock. With John and Cassandra. So I think I am good with that. Food bank, we are collecting for the food bank. If anybody has anything extra, please feel free to always donate that. We are building a food bank here for emergency services, should we need that for anyone as well. So next, please. All right, let's go into our opening prayer. If we just take a minute and close our eyes and take a deep breath, and we say, thank you, Mother, Father, God, universe. We ask that you come into this space now with us, hold us high, appreciating everything around us and giving gratitude for the world as we see it rightly. And we say amen and thank you. All right, next we got our daily word. The daily word by Jennifer today. If you were here last week, that just It's kind of fun. We're going the Daily Word with Jennifer.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Here we are at the Daily Word with Jennifer, and another gorgeous rewrite. If you remember, if you have any questions or comments about my rewrite, please feel free to ask or whatever, because I enjoy putting my own twist on the Daily Word. And so here we go. In the silence, I feel the presence and peace of God. Jesus went to the mountaintop to pray. He left the multitudes and sent his disciples on a road trip. My mountaintop, symbolic as it may be, I seek the time for thinking of how to live with myself. Whether quiet moments on a roof, that long road getting from somewhere to someplace, or the drone of the lawnmower, I spend time in communion with God. I turn within to find how to have faith in myself and others. Even though there may never be silence in my mind, I look to find inspiration and divine direction. Why I can't talk this morning, I have no idea. I feel God may help me define the things I can change and the things I cannot change, and to know the difference between the two. So I let go of what I cannot change and look for the willpower to change myself for the better. You can only change you. Have faith. God will always love you, so let go and let God. Our verse today is Matthew 14:23. And when he sent the multitudes away, he went up to the mountain he went up the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was alone. Thank you.
Thank you. And Jennifer, thank you. Thanks for... I'd like to thank Jennifer for putting a little extra into the Daily Word, because that's really what we do is our metaphysical work, and we do that within ourselves, and then we project that out through our own words. And sometimes that looks a little different than what we read, and it's beautiful and it's perfect. And I invite all of us to always do that. And regarding the not being able to talk, oh man, this last week, I have to tell you, I've just felt a little, I don't know what it's been about, but I felt a little off all week long. And in putting together the message this week, sometimes messages, they just kind of come, and you're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be speaking on. And this week it didn't come and didn't come and didn't come and didn't come and didn't come. And I was getting like little pieces and stuff, but it finally came, and it came yesterday in a really big way. So that's what I'm going to be speaking on today, and I'll share that with you when we get into it. But thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate the all you do. Our prayer box, right out behind Louise's head, become a normal thing too, the Louise Head prayer box. So right behind her outside, if we'll take a moment now and just say the names that you'd like to go into our prayers, that might be in your family, in your life, and wishing them the highest good, and how you do that in prayer. And as we take a deep breath and just breathe that love out into the universe that comes from within us, that expression of God that we are, that comes through each and every one of us. Remember, you can always write down any kind of prayer request you have that's on the side of the box. Stick that right inside the box, and that'll be sent up to Unity, where people have been praying over consistently for over 100 years over those prayers, and it's prayed over for a month. Next, our statement of truth. There is only one presence, one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, the omnipotent.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Namaste. So, as I've done the last 2 times, I would just like everybody to get as comfortable as you can. And I want to start out with 3 M's. And then I want to share with you another song, the words of which will be up here. This is the first verse. The second one's so easy I didn't make a slide for it to switch back and forth. But maybe like 2 or 3 rounds of that, and then going into silence. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One.
And in holding this space, we repeat the words as we know them to the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thine is done, on earth as it is in heaven. And we are given this day our daily bread, and forgiven our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And we are led not into temptation, and are delivered from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory, forever and ever. Amen. So it's beautiful work that we're doing. How many of you here know Steve Brenna, Dr. Steve Brenna? We've got a few in the room, and it doesn't matter whether you know him or not. But Dr. Steve Brenna has been around for a long time. He's in his 90s. Anybody know exactly how old he is? 94 right now. And I got an email a couple of days ago, and basically it was kind of I didn't quite understand whether I was asked to go see Dr. Brenna. He has been teaching Paramahansa Yogananda's work for many, many, many years here locally, and he's just very recognized in the world of scholarly work. And he's been a gift to this community, and I'm sure many, many others throughout his life. And really, we had an opportunity where I got to have a circle, and he asked me to lead a satnam, satsanga, that's what it was. And he asked me to lead it, and I'm sitting here with this really master teacher, and he asked me to lead it, and I was like, whoa, I feel really like that's intense. You want me to lead something with you sitting next to me? And it ended up that really he led it, like I kind of figured he would. But, anyway, I get an email, and it says he's passing a couple of days ago, and I'm going, okay, has he already passed? Because it's been 2 days since that email was sent, and just trying to get all of our structures running here where I can find things, and I'm starting to find my emails again. But I went and visited him, and what I'd like to talk about, and it leads right into love, and every time, you put together a talk, it's like the pieces come and you don't know exactly where they're coming from with spirit sometimes. It's like they come in pieces and you're like, where is this going to end up? I'm not sure where this is ending up. So it ended up coming yesterday with this final piece, and I went to visit Dr. Brenna after we were hiking. So here comes the spiritual leader at Unity. Y'all getting cold? Can somebody move up that air just a little bit? I see some people getting chilly. Thank you. But I went to visit him yesterday, and it was literally the first chance I'd had to go visit him, and I'm in my boots and my black socks and my shorts and a T-shirt, and I'm like, this is what I've got to show up in. And is he still with us? And they said yes, and I walked to the back. So the right button moves me forward, right? Right? Okay. This is what, and as I finished up the conversation, I went in and I sat down by his bedside. And actually, folks, this is the first time since I've been a spiritual leader that I've sat down with someone who was transitioning. So this really, and I hope I make it through this without tears. This is what he said in a letter that he wrote as I was leaving. Bonnie said he just wrote his last essay. And I said, really? I said, what was that? I said, could I see it? And would he be open to me maybe sharing that tomorrow at the service? And he said, this is my last essay. I am on my deathbed, and I am offering to my guru all the patience that I've had to endure. And as we spoke, I sat beside him. It just does that all the time. And his talk was, and I'm going to lead this into where it's going next because this is where I was guided to do it. But his paper was a reflection on patience. And he wrote, and he dictated this to Bonnie in his last breaths yesterday. He said that would be his last essay. Patience is one of the 26 virtues mentioned in the Gita. Patience is a gentleness of character. The radiance of the sage shows us that patience can be exercised at different levels. We can express our patience to help our body with its pain, aches, and impairments. Patience can also be exercised to help in calming our minds by using the SRF techniques of mind control, which is something that he taught. And finally, patience must be used to keep going on our spiritual journey despite any failures or dryness. And it came to my mind as he was speaking to me yesterday, he hasn't eaten in 9 days. And his mouth was so dry. And thank you. His mouth was so dry that he could hardly speak. So they got this swab, and so it could be a little, so it could be so he could actually speak, and I could hear him. And as he was speaking, he had this picture of Paramahansa Yogananda beside his bed, and he was just looking at it as he was passing. And he kept pointing to it. And he said, love. He goes, I want to share with you to take love as a minister and go be a good minister and be love. Next, please. You must not let your life run in the ordinary way. Do something that nobody else has done. Something that will dazzle the world. Show that God's creative principle works in you, in me, in each of us. And as he finished speaking to me and just imparting some last words of beauty and love and kindness and wisdom, he said, love in action is why we're here. Please go teach this and be a good minister. And I said, I promise. I promise. Next, please. So this brings me into the portion of what I've been working with all week to get us here. And it brings us back to love again. It brings us back to what is love. And not just what is love, but what is love in action. So let's look, and it's so fascinating that when you look at the work of Charles Fillmore in Unity, and when you look at the work of Paramahansa Yogananda, and you look at the work of Jesus, and you look at the work of the many Buddhas, what do they all tell us? It's all about love. It is that thing we experience with God that is so deep and so powerful that only we can experience God as we experience God. You can't tell people what this is. We can get up here and try to talk about these things, but I can't express what your God is to you, what that love looks like to you. You have to experience that, and that's the journey of having that experience that you are having with your own God, with your own process of what love is. So love is an inner quality that sees good everywhere and in everybody. It insists that all is good, and by refusing to see anything but good, it causes that quality finally to appear uppermost in itself and all things. Love is the great harmonizer and healer. Whoever calls on God as Holy Spirit for healing is calling on the divine love. Divine love will bring your own to you. What does that mean? It'll bring your family to you. It'll bring those that resonate at that frequency of love where you resonate to you. It will bring it forth into your life. Just like what we're doing here, just like a family we're creating of love, of frequency that resonates with each other, we bring each other to each other in that love. And make your life and affairs healthy. It'll make you healthy. It'll make you happy, harmonized and free. Love, therefore, is fulfillment of the law. Fulfillment of the law. The law of oneness, the law of God. Just the overall love and the reason we are here. Next, please. So then we get to the part that came next in this little journey. What is love in action? How does it look to you? Jesus told the story of the Good Samaritan in Luke 10:33. Well illustrates the importance of helping our fellow human in their condition and treating one another with compassion and kindness. Only. The things we're doing here, Mary Cincy, for example, teaching love and kindness on Wednesday nights every other week, teaching us how to break old patterns and go into speaking new ways so we can create stronger, loving communities, a new world. Because we know the other way doesn't work. We know it as deep as we can look out our window onto a television, which we probably most of the ones in here that I speak to, we don't even watch that stuff anymore. We see it, we're aware that it's there, but we know what's in here is much stronger. And when we think and we imagine love in action, Jesus gave his very life in service to the world. Love in action is service to each other. Service to the world, whatever that looks like to you. It's not what I think it looks like for you. Love in action is what it looks like to you, where you transform people. And I got this hit on this last night too while I was putting this together, this piece of it. I think sometimes we get confused as humans and we think we got to go out like some religions do and say, you got to do it my way. You got to go love, and you got to speak of Jesus my way. No. You got to do it your way. Your love in action, you have to find it. And those are the things that we teach with these principles of unity. Principles, laws of the universe, not laws of man. Jesus gave his very life in service to the world, and he left us an example that we should follow. Next, please. So love in action. We should be eager to become unselfishly humble and willing to minister to others for their eternal good as he was. That gets confusing, I think. I think it has confused mankind. That little statement right there, minister to others for their eternal good. I think we've gotten confused and we said we got to go out and tell people the way they need to do it. Doesn't resonate with me whatsoever. What resonates with me is me being the example, or you being the example, me seeing what you're doing, me watching you, me observing you, me watching you give love, you watching others give love, how they do it. That's the power. Not going out and preaching, do it this way or that way. We can talk about it all we want. But our own example of what that love is where the power of love is within that transforms the world. When we bless others through our actions, we are in alignment with the truth of who we are, spiritual beings in a physical universe. Service to God and service to our fellow human being is the highest form of love in action. What's your service? I don't know. I know what a lot of it is. But you know things way deeper than I can know about you. And the only way you can express that is by being it, showing me, showing others what the gifts are that you have given. That special thing that Yogananda talked about in that other thing, that other slide. Go out and do something nobody else can do, because only you can do that. You are so special. And you are so divine. And I'm sorry, I'm being a big baby today. I'm not sorry. But I am emotional about it. Because I didn't know what was going to happen today. I didn't know all week. Until I got to see Steve yesterday. I got to watch a beautiful man passing and leaving us some words of wisdom. And I know this sounds somber, but it's so beautiful. And it's so powerful that if we can see that within ourselves, we truly can go out and be who we came here to be. And I ask you to call that out of yourself each and every single day. Let us see it. Service to God and service to our fellow human being is the highest form of love in action. What does spiritual social action look like in the New Thought movement? Well, I'll tell you where it seems to be going right here. Today, after this, we're going to start On the first Mondays is going to be a group meeting. But Sunday, thank you. Sundays is going to be we're going to get together at 12 o'clock, whoever wants to come, and we're going to sit in a circle, and we're going to talk about whatever we need to talk about as far as community, as far as why we're here, what's going on in the world, and we're not coming here to bitch. We're coming here with alternatives and our own thoughts and each one of your processes to move us forward. Because we must change this world in our own community first. And it takes each of us. Those that are ready to do whatever that looks like. It doesn't matter. There's no barometer. There's no gauge on what you have to give or what you have to share. It just is what it is. No judgment on it whatsoever. But I'd like to call on you, and this unity would like to call on you to keep doing whatever it is you're doing and bring it forth and share it. And let's grow what we're doing so we can support each other in the days ahead. Because the days ahead in that world look scary. They do not look scary in our world here. They do not. There is nothing to fear here. Because we will embrace ourselves in this love, we will learn to speak new languages. We will learn to take care of each other and love each other. And that's the only reason we're here, as I see it. So I ask you to join with us today. And on the third and fourth Sundays, we're going to break into smaller groups, and we'll decide how we do that. The first, second, and fourth Sundays, right? I got it right. And then the third Sundays are our potlucks, and those go that goes in a little bit, different direction where we're eating food and communing. Next, please. So I'd like to ask you today to be what you are. Be love in action, not just love. And you can be that. But share with us who you are. Share with each person you meet every day on the street who you are. Because when I get to meet each of you and I get to have lunch or dinner or coffee, I get to experience that with you. Are you experiencing that with all the other people here? What does that look like to you? What would you like to experience from the other people in this room and in this community? How would you like that to feel? That's the journey. And I'd like to say thank you to Steve Brenna for waking me up this week to this talk. I'd like to say thank you to each one of you here for where we've come and where we're going, and the way that I am blown away each and every week as more and more beautiful things present themselves in our community as each of you do your part, whatever that is. And from the day I came here, all I did was say, what do you want to do? How can I support you? How can you support you, and you support you, and you support you? Nobody can tell us that but each other. And you've got to tell us what it is you want to do in this world, in this lifetime, in this place that we are, individually and as a group. I love you. Thank you. Let's have a great day, and I hope to see you at 12 o'clock. And if you can't come this week, come another week. But thank you, everybody. And we're going to start there's going to be another little fun thing that we're going to start doing next week. It's a song after we get done with all the songs at the end of the week, and it's really cool. It's a song by The Killers, which I think is pretty funny. That's the name of the band. But at this point, if we could get ready for our offertory and have our ushers come up, and let's rub our hands together and get some of that. Actually, we got the Reiki classes coming up in 2 weeks. So let's put that in. This Tuesday is Reiki? This Tuesday. So we have Reiki class starting this Tuesday. These dates get ahead of me. So let's put that energy, just find that love within yourself, put it toward our offering, toward our tithes, our treasures, and our talents. And if you'll repeat, divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I give and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you. One more time. Let's bless this offering. Repeat. We dedicate and consecrate these gifts of love to the will, the way, and the work of God. So it is. Thank you, gentlemen. So it is. All right. Shall we gather hands, get in a circle, and we'll do our peace song? Do we have children today? We're all children today. There we go, Mary. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, oneness all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God, the love of God. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God, and the presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Please go out and have some treats with us. I'll be at the door, and go out and love this week. Just go out and love, and I'll see you at noon.